Alright people, here we have it. Clip-on wireless earbuds. The Q92. These were $39 with a $15 coupon, perhaps in honor of the release of the Bose version of this to try to get more sales. So I said, you know what, I'm curious about what these sound like. So before I find the Bose and get those, let's see what another company has done with this same type of bud. So I have a baseline of what to expect from the Bose, and I do expect more, but these just might surprise me.
Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
Now taking a quick look at the box, you see the image of the buds on the cover. They're little C-shaped buds that clip onto your earlobe, and they boost the sound into your ear like the other clip-on buds do. One of the interesting features of these is that the case has a little screen at the front that tells you how much power you have on each side. Now, according to the box, it's comfortable, hi-fi sound, portable wear, and 5.3 chip. No idea what that means. I guess it's important to them. All right, let's open the box. And here they are. Now, full disclosure, I did open this box before, and I should also not let me record this experience like I do. But when I opened the box, funny enough, the buds themselves weren't actually in their housing here. They were loose, and I said, well, that's not a good way to start an unboxing, or that's not a good first impression any at all. They're there. But let's take out the buds. We'll take a close look at these in a bit. Here is the case. Nothing particularly interesting except for the screen on the front. Surprisingly, there's no buttons on the case whatsoever, so there's no way to actually, check the power of the buds while they're being charged in here. If the screen goes dead, if it goes dead any at all, I don't know. But yeah, you have your USB-C at the back, screen at the front, and also there's no placement for your fingers to get this case open easily. I really had to try and find the seam and pull up. Again, I guess you get what you pay for. It's the little things that really set the product. But inside the case, you have your left and right. You see where the buds would sit in. You see where they would charge. There goes the gold connectors. That's pretty much it. One thing I say, it's light. The cover itself is kind of flimsy. It doesn't feel like a very expensive earbud case, which is the case because these aren't very expensive. So I guess it feels as it should. Looking further into the case, we have our USB-C charging cable, and we have the instructions on how to use, pair, and I assume control the device. Now, taking a quick look at these, I'm going to call them ear clips for now. It just seems to make sense to me. The earbud that clips. I'm just going to call this entire subgenre of earbuds ear clips, because they all do the same thing, all serve the same purpose. Clip to the back of your ear and deliver sound in without you having to block your ear canal. Very open earbuds. Now, looking at these, I'm not gonna lie, they kind of remind me of the symbol to Aliens, which is a good thing. Maybe if they had these in green or like a dark a darkest greenish gray, blue gray perhaps, it would appeal to me that much more, at least the color of it. All right, looking around them, you can see right up front, that's where the sound will shoot into your ear. We have the lettering for which side this goes in, because they do look very similar. So if you didn't have this on, you might be hard pressed to know which one goes where. I can see that. You have a little button right here. It's touch sensitive. As far as I know, you can't control the volume or anything like that. It's really a stop and go. I'm not even sure you can change tracks, but there's a little touch sensitive button right up top. Now you curve around, nothing else there. You see within the shape here, this how it clips in. It really just goes around your ear and holds pretty tight. So that's what it is with these things. Except for the style of earbud that they are, nothing really stands out. But I guess the style itself is the standout feature of the buds, because there's not really much else like it as far as I know. Now to put them in the case, like I said before, there's no seam, so there's no handle, so you just gotta find the seam and put them in. Now it goes in just like that, and as you can see, the case came to life. Both of them have 54%. The case is charging them, and as far as I know, it's just gonna stay like that till I take these things out. There's no button to help conserve power of the case by not displaying where the charge is on the screen. I don't know how many charges this thing has in it. I assume maybe 2 to 3 at the most. But that's how it works. These things do not sound good. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say I just need to be honest with these things. They sound like a budget pair of wireless earbuds, which for all intent and purpose, I guess they actually are. You know, they're $40 is a cheap enough price to pair for a pair of earbuds. But then to add on the extra $15 off to get them for $25, you know, you get what you pay for in most respects. With these, such is the case. Can they be worn? Yes. Can you play music on them? Most definitely. But if you like your music to sound a certain way, this is not the way to go about with these. Now, for me to get decent audio from these, I have to go to my equalizer app and mess around with the settings. And when you do that, you can get something that sounds close to decent with it. But with this app, at least, it does force you to play these things at the top volume to hear any of the changes. And even at top volume within the app, for some reason, it boosts everything down. I guess you can hear the nuances. So top volume with the app is not top volume without the app. But without the app, these things don't sound nearly as good. So it's just something to let you guys know that they aren't the best sounding earbuds or ear clips at all. Now on the positive note, they have surprisingly good stereo sound. I won't say spatial audio or a surround sound. You clearly hear what's coming from the left and from the right. It doesn't sound like it's coming from around your head. You're not engulfed. Actually, it's like a budget pair of wireless earbuds, but it's good at doing that. And one thing that caught me off guard was the bass. They actually have better bass on both the Surface earbuds and the Link buds, which is saying something, because I didn't think that any of these open ear earbuds could carry any kind of bass. These actually do carry a decent amount of bass with them, even though they're just completely outside of your ear. But it's the high end and the mid-tones, I just lose a lot of it. The high end is very tingy, and heaven forbid you go into like here. I have my equalizer app, and I try to move the volume past the 100% mark, which this app can do. The distortion that comes in through these earbuds is crazy. It can't handle anything past what it has been set to do, which is unfortunate, because I would like to get some more volume from these, but to use the equalizer app, it automatically drops the what you would consider 100%, and so you can't get that full power. Well, I'm going to take these things outside, take them to work, put them through their paces, see how they work for my type of day, how I like to use my earbuds, and I'll get back to you. Well, out and about with the ear clips, as I call them, and the one thing that I can say about them is they don't look bad when they're clipped to your ear. It's kind of like a fashion accessory more than anything else. As far as sound goes, at least walking outside, as you know, like I said before, they have no kind of noise canceling or anything like that. That's not their purpose. You're supposed to be able to use these things and hear your surroundings and your music at the same time, and as far as that goes, they do it pretty well. The noise bleed from these things, as far as I can tell, isn't that bad. They are shooting the sound into my ear. I don't know how well you guys can hear it. Lincoln Park. But they're doing their job well enough. Now, that doesn't mean that they sound good. As I stated before, these things don't sound premium at all. Surprisingly, they have better bass than some of my higher end open ear earbuds, which is odd. But then again, the size of the speaker that they have trying to shoot into your ear, I guess compensates for that higher bass. Because like my Surface Buds, as big as those are pretty much just a giant touch plate on the outside, and the Buds S, same thing. They have a donut hole in them. They can't really get that bass with that diminutive size. These do. Now, these are kind of big, no matter how you put it, and the way that you wear them, it doesn't try to hide the fact that you have these earbuds clipped to your earlobe. Another thing that these ear clips do well is allow you to forget that you have them on, because they put very little pressure on your earlobe. You really do, if you don't think about it much, forget that you're wearing anything. There's a cool breeze blowing right now, and it's blowing into my ears. So you kind of, with earbuds, the buds would help keep your ears warm a bit, at least the ear canal, because they're in there. These things allow everything in, but you're still hearing your music, very much like your own little personal soundtrack, following you wherever you go. The Surface Buds do the same thing, but they go in your ear, but they're just so light, and the way that Microsoft shaped them, you also forget that you are wearing them. Happens to me all of the time, and I've just gotten used to that fact that I might have those things in for hours at a time, and I'm like, where are my buds? These clips can do the same thing as long as you position them accordingly. This one here is set in a way that I do feel it a tad bit, but it's so easy to adjust if you really want to, that it's not really an issue. So, note these things are not waterproof. So a little shower like this is not somewhere where you want to have these things on. Now, a quick tip if you have any interest in buying these guys here. Play instrumental music. They sound a lot better with that. Vocals kind of tend to be on the weaker end. They just don't come through right. Like I said, the high end is very weak. It's tingy. It doesn't sound that good. Heavy rock, it just can't carry all those instruments. They tend to sound like they're about to break. But right now, I'm listening to some Linkin Park instrumental music, and it doesn't sound nearly as bad as one would think. It sounds actually pretty good. My other tip for them is, if you do have them, note how the larger part is where it sends the music in. If you just press it into your ear, all that sound does come flooding into your ear canal. It is trying to send some pretty good sound down there, but just because of where it is placed, it just can't get where it wants to go. So if you have like a hat where there's some way to keep it closer to your ear, you will get actually some decent sound. Okay, so as far as controls are concerned, you can control your music with these buds. The issue is the touch point is so small, with no indentation for your fingers to actually know when you are actually on it, that it's almost pointless to try. But for this video, I will try. Now, when I pull them off, if I can get to the camera, I don't know if you can see that little white dot. That is the touch point. Now, there's no groove, there's no indentation like I said. And so, it's kind of hard to actually do anything. What I do is I slide my finger from the front of it, and you saw I just made the song stop, and I slide it back, and I have it starting. Now the thing is, you can change tracks and everything else, but you really do have to try and aim. Oh, sorry, the screen fell asleep. You really do need to try and aim where this thing is, where you put your finger. Because here I am, there, I just found it. Now, to go back, it's 3. It's not even responding correctly, and it's pulling up Google, all kinds of nonsense. I just wouldn't go through the annoyance of trying to figure out where this button is beyond the stop and play. Because to do the hold and the double and the triple, it just doesn't work out right, because you have no, like I said, way of knowing where the touch point is, unless you actually pull the bud off your ear, look at it, and do it that way. A lot more trouble than it's worth. As far as battery use, the box claims 5.5 hours. Future NG here, and to make some corrections for my past self, it's actually 6 hours per charge, not 5.5. And the case actually has, according to them, a combined 5 extra charges for the ear clips in it. They say you can get up to 80 hours of playback, but when you do the math, it doesn't quite add up. So, you know, maybe they are just false advertising, I don't know. But it's not 5.5 hours. According to them, it's 6. Just wanted to clear that up. All right, back to the video. I'm not sure if that's with an extra charge or it's just the buds themselves. But for my use, it did get me through a typical workday. Now, you guys know I don't push these things just for the sake of killing them. I use them how I would regularly use them, see how it works for me. And in all honesty, I would probably never kill these things simply because I would never use them for an extended period of time. Like I said, they don't sound well enough. I would want to have those on my ear for an entire evening. Maybe for a walk down the block, just cause if I'm going out somewhere and I want to have an interesting look while I'm out. You know, those ear clips are very eye-catching conversation starters, if you will. So for something like that, yeah, I would wear them. Not so much for the audio aspect, but for, you know, the visual interest in them. Even now, the case is at 39%. They are charging. And no, I haven't charged these things since I got them, what, 2-3 days ago? I charged them up to 100%. I've been using them for the past two days intermittently with my Buds Pro 2. But it's good enough that if I have them, if I take them along with me, I'm confident that for my personal use case, these will do me just fine. Now, the ear clips don't have any kind of app associated with them. So there's no way to go in there and adjust like a personal equalizer for it, or a ambient noise or noise canceling or any little feature like that. These are very bare bones devices. Now again, not putting these down because, like I did say before, you get what you pay for, and these are surprisingly affordable for the design and the sound of them. They don't sound great, but they're more than passable. And the fact that, you know, they do what they're supposed to do, they clip on just fine, and they do, you know, give you a sense that you have your own little soundtrack playing around you at all times, and they are very comfortable. I can't stress that fact enough. These are like the other buds, or my Surface Buds, where you can put them on and forget that you have them, and they actually look good to boot. So if you are in the market for something unique that's not going to break the bank as far as personal audio goes, you might want to look into these. Don't expect anything crazy from them. You know, these are passable, and just passable at that. But for what you get with that, it's not bad. You can't really expect any more from what they are giving you. Bare bones, but is unique enough to be interesting, and a nice little addition to any earbud collection. So with that said, my name is NG, the Neon X, and you know, I'm okay with the ear clips. This is what I'm into.